We're back in the fields chasing Canadas this week, and I'm going to show you why it's real easy to get hooked on this sport. We're setting up shop in the alfalfa and the silage. The migration's heavy, and the Canadas are buying everything we're selling. Hope you enjoy.
These aren't your grandmother's decoys. To prove how tough our Higdon Outdoors foam-filled decoys are, we decided to drill a giant hole straight through the middle of them. And then... Higdon Outdoors foam-filled decoys. Tough, unsinkable, bulletproof.
Hey, what's up guys? I'm Corey Cook, host of Higdon Outdoors Television. Today we're going to talk a bit about the finisher Flapton from Higdon. Started filming hunts about 4 years ago, and this single-handedly turned into one of the most important pieces in our decoy puzzle. Late season, early season, educated geese, early season geese. We always have 3 or 4 of them with us. Couple different reasons. When you get into that late season and the geese are starting to get a little bit more educated, we'll add a couple to the field, get some movement in your spread, especially on those days where you're lacking wind. Get out there, gives the birds confidence. They work well, they're easy to set up. 3-piece gut system that you can put together in minutes. You run that cord to your layouts, to your fence blind, or however you're getting after them that day. They work well. You can adjust to the birds. You pay attention to them as they're working your spread. Sometimes they like a little bit more movement. Sometimes they back off a bit. Pay attention, adjust. And another big thing we use it for is squaring our birds up. Not so much wind out that day. If you got a few more blinds in the field, you can't finish those birds where you want, we'll run a couple of them out there. Light movement with that decoy cord, squares them up where we want them. On camera, shooting them, doesn't matter what you're doing, it works well. You get one in your arsenal, more birds in your pile, and make you a better hunter.
Man, this is an outstanding hunt that you're on. I can't wait to get up there this fall with you guys. You know, you've got everything dialed in, from the birds to the resource, the area. It looks amazing. Yeah, the peak of the migration's on. There's tons of birds in the area. When you can have the conditions like this, you get your layouts out. We got about 200 decoys in the field. Like I mentioned, the birds are buying everything we're selling. The lighting's right, a little bit of talking on the calls, and they're right on the end of your foot bag. We talked earlier, you know, there's not a lot you can say when everything just goes perfect. It just does. There's not a lot you can do. There's not a lot you can really talk about, but just continue to watch the show. Yeah, we hunt them all year long, and you'd think it'd get old, but every time you get a flock of 50 or 10 or 2 on the end of your blind, and you're out and your safety's off pulling the trigger, it's pretty hard to beat that feeling. Those hunts is what keeps driving you to keep going the next day. Yep. Yeah, they catch us. Throw it, throw it, throw it! Oh, baby. Go, 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 go.
Finish it, finish it. Our flappers really are ace in the hole in this hunt. Like you can see the birds are working well. They're doing exactly what we want. Anything that's getting off a little bit of light calling, and finish them off with a couple tugs on that flapper.
Absolutely. You know, in goose hunting, it's a team sport. And your buddies, even the guys that aren't calling, we like to put 2 flappers out, 1 on each end of the spread. And I always tell the guys, hey, if the birds are sliding to the right of the spread, the guy on the far left blind, he needs to pull his flapper, and the guy on the right either quit calling or quit pulling his flapper. That'll center that group of geese up, and man, everybody has a good, clean, and safe shot.
When it works like that, easy filming and easy shooting.
Absolutely.
In a sport steeped in history and tradition, one company is always looking towards the future. Decoys weren't always unsinkable. Your spread didn't always come to life. With a spirit of innovation and a drive to take waterfowling to the next level, the Higdon family is dedicated to producing the next generation of hunting equipment. Quality, customer service, innovation. That's Higdon Outdoors.
Guys, we get hit up all the time on social media on how to blow a goose call, and more importantly, when to blow a call and in what type of scenario. Obviously, that is a loaded question. There's a lot of different variables that come into play, so I'll kind of give you a generalized answer of how I would particularly do things where I hunt. First off, be aware of your situation and the area that you're hunting in. For example, if you're hunting in field versus if you're hunting in water, because how you will call will be different just slightly on both of those scenarios. If I'm hunting over water, for the most part, it's going to be a loafing area, a resting area, so I'm going to be soft and subtle with my calling. Now, if the geese are at a distance, I'm going to get louder in my calling, particularly just to get their attention, to get them to come my way. Once they start coming my way, I will soften the calls up a little bit, and hopefully they'll finish up in my spread. Going to the field hunting, for the most part, they're in a feeding situation. They're not necessarily going to be loafing most of the time. So, in a feeding situation, I'm going to be more aggressive on the call, a little bit louder, just real choppy notes and stuff like that. I'll kind of give you a little example of what I would do in a field scenario. Everything is really sharp, really choppy with my notes. I'm not doing relaxed style honks. I would mostly do honks like that if I was on the water. In the field, listen how everything is real short and choppy. Now, to get their attention, whether I'm over water or in the field, real loud notes, loud hail calls. What I'm doing there, get their attention. Hopefully they'll see my decoys and come to my setup. Then I'll pick the pace up just slightly. If they keep coming to me, if they go over my head, I'm really going to do pleading sounds. A lot of different style moans and stuff to get them to plead to come back. Hopefully by then they've come back to my spread. Then I'll pick it back up, more clucks and moans, real short and choppy if I'm in a field, more relaxed setting if I'm over water. One of the most common mistakes that goose hunters will make is they overcall. Let's face it, if you're on the X where the birds want to go, really your best call is no call at all. Now, if they start to slide on you and go away, you want to pick the calling pace up a little. But the biggest problem that people do, if they give them everything that they can do on a goose call right at the first pass, when those geese get over their head and they need to give them something to get them to come back, they've already shown them everything that they have. They don't have any other tricks in the bag to show at them, and basically those geese are going to keep on going to either the next setup or to the other field. Also, everything that you see here is for a reason. All the decoys are particularly set up a certain way. If your decoys are spread out, a lot of times we'll do less calling because the geese might be more relaxed. If you see geese in a field that are sitting real tightly, A, either they're getting ready to fly off, or B, they just lit, they're really aggressive, and they're trying to get ahead of the other geese in the flock in an aggressive feeding scenario. How you set your decoys, pay particularly attention, because how you set those decoys is how you need to call as well. Best advice I can give you, go to your local park, go to your local refuge, watch the real source. Watch the geese, how they act, watch how they fly, watch the geese that fly in, where they land. That'll tell you how you need to set your decoys up and how you need to call with your goose call.
That's how you drop birds, just like that. Oh. How was that? How was that? That's a good one. There! Shoot him!
That's a good shoot.
That's a good shoot.
That was a big flock.
I'm pretty sure we picked every same bird. I was like this with you, and then that last one up there, right? We both went in with me. Those are honestly fine. Right on, man.
Hard to beat, buddy.
They did her well, eh?
They did her good. Bunch less going south, that's for sure. Flight's getting canceled.
What do you think, Nels?
I think those two walks that we just had were good.
We've been talking about it for a while now, and the time's closing in on us. We're going to get you up to our neck of the woods. You can play some tunes on that goose call and get you in that field.
Man, I can't wait. I mean, the scenery is beautiful. It makes for great television. You obviously have the resource. There's tons of Canada geese around, ducks, snow geese, everything. And man, I'm excited.
Yeah, I can't wait. It's going to be a great time and should make for some great television.
Guys, that's all we have time for this week. Thank you again for watching Higdon Outdoors TV. Be sure to tune in next week and we'll have some more exciting duck and goose hunting.
Ha ha ha!